Hey there, I'm Chef Bruce Brown, and I'm excited to share some great recipes with you today. Here at Bruce's Fabulous Foods in Marion, North Carolina, we prepare some of the most exciting dishes in the whole Southeast. My passion is wholesome, tasty, fresh-cooked foods using only the finest local ingredients. Now today, thanks to Ingles, I'm going to cook with you. I'm going to show you how to bring some fabulous and delicious meals right to your kitchen table. Come on, let's get started. We're here at Ingles to get the ingredients for my shrimp and chimichurri sauce. For a full list of all the ingredients, check out the shopping list underneath the video player. You can print the list and take it with you, or pull it up on your phone when you're at the store. Come on, let's get cooking. All right, we've been to Ingles. We picked up all the ingredients that we needed from the produce department, from the dry department, everything we need to make my shrimp and chimichurri sauce. So here, let's start though with the sauce, because you got to have the sauce to cook the shrimp in. Okay, starting off the sauce, the chimichurri sauce, very simple ingredients. About a half a cup of onion. Let's grab some garlic. I'll tell you 3 cloves, but you know me, there's about 6 in there. But then we're going to do 1 bunch of fresh cilantro. Take the bottom of the stems off, just like this, kind of disperse it out through the food processor. And the same thing with 1 bunch of parsley. Get all the fresh parsley that you can, and they're right there in the produce section, no problem. And they're usually about the same price. And to be honest with you, to make a sauce from scratch like this, they're very cheap ingredients. I kind of like that about parsley and cilantro. Gonna pulse it just to get it started, and then turn it on low. Just let it all start grinding up. It'll start making eventually kind of like a paste. Because believe it or not, there is a little bit of water in that parsley and in that cilantro. Okay, that's good. Take it out. We'll get all the leaves from the very top, put back down in. To this, we're going to add in, let me see, a little bit of salt, about a teaspoon of salt, a little bit of white pepper. Now, the reason why I'm using white pepper is you don't want to see grains of black pepper in the sauce. So I use white pepper, but white pepper is about twice as strong as black pepper. So you don't need to use a lot, just about half a teaspoon to a teaspoon of white pepper, just like that. A half cup of olive oil. And a 1/4 cup of red wine vinegar. I really like using the red wine vinegar in this recipe simply due to the fact that it just gives that flavor. It's almost like South American flavor to it. But if you have cider vinegar or some kind of a white wine vinegar, a little bit milder than a regular distilled vinegar, you can use those too. The chimichurri sauce is basically blended and done. But there's an awful lot of it in here. So the key to this is to remember that you can actually freeze some of this. So if you have some small, like half cup freezer containers, you can actually take some of the sauce out, put it in the freezer, label it as when you made it, put it in the freezer, and use it for dinners coming down the road with maybe on some chicken out on your grill or anything. But today, I'm going to clean up this top right here, and when we come back, we'll have the sauce, and we're going to make our shrimp in the chimichurri sauce for dinner for you. Here we are, we're back. We've got our countertop cleaned off again, and now we're ready to complete our entree of the shrimp and the chimichurri sauce. The chimichurri sauce right here is all ready to go. I'm going to take 2 tablespoons of butter. If you like, if you're trying to watch, your fat intake, whatever, you can use any kind of oil for this part. I like using butter just for the depth and the richness to go along with the oil that's already in the chimichurri sauce. To this, I'm going to add 1 pound of shrimp. They're peeled and deveined. I don't like using shrimp with tails on for this dish, simply to the fact that I think it's a dish that you really want to just be able to eat with just your fork and not have to pick things off. Now today I'm using what are called 3140 shrimps. And what these are, they are shrimps that when you buy 1 pound of them, there will be between 31 and 40 of them to a pound. So you can actually have different sizes of shrimp that are designated like 2025s or 5160s. I've actually bought shrimps that are called 111 120s, which are like the little salad size shrimps. But those are used for other things. But I like these just simply the fact that they're just slightly large enough to get on a fork, but without having to cut them in half. At least not for this big mouth. Once you get this and the shrimp is starting to turn pink, that's when we want to start adding in the sauce. About a 1/4 cup, which is about 4 tablespoons of the sauce. Save the rest and freeze it, and just let it cook through with the shrimp. If you want a little bit of a thinner sauce, you can actually add a little white wine, or you can add a little water to this just to thin it out a little. But I like it unadulterated. I think this is just great, just the way it is. The shrimp are pinking up real nice. You don't want to overcook the shrimp. There we go. Just enough. And I have a nice plated bowl of plain white rice here. You can just take the shrimp and lay them all over the top, just like this. One renegade shrimp, of course. No, no, don't eat me. Take some of the sauce, drizzle it over top. Shrimp and chimichurri, you notice the ingredients, they're fresh, they're good for you today, but you know what? Now we're out of time. Hey, thank you so much for joining us here at the Ingles Table, and remember, you can find this recipe, videos, photos, and a whole lot more on the website at inglestable.com. Until next time I see you, I'll see you online.